Nigeria's exports into the UK from June 2022 to June 2023 were worth £3.3 billion, according to the British Deputy High Commissioner, Jonny Baxter. Baxter gave the figure while speaking on the level of trade between both countries in an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria in Lagos. He said the figure was £1.4 billion higher than what was achieved in the corresponding year before. He reiterated the UK government's commitment to strengthening trade relations between both countries.
So the 12 months up until June, the overall trade figures, so that includes imports and exports, is £7.6 billion. That's a vast sum. And of that, of the £7.6 billion, £4.3 billion are made up of UK exports, so UK goods that Nigeria has brought in, imported into Nigeria. And that figure has gone up by £1 billion if you compare with the year before. So 4.3 billion, and it's gone up by £1 billion, so a big increase. The rest of it, 3.3 billion, is Nigerian exports into the UK, and even more excitingly, that has gone up by 1.4 billion. So the increase in Nigerian exports into the UK has been much, much faster, and I think that's great news. What that says is that Nigeria is producing goods and services that people in the UK want to buy, and that are being bought and being purchased, and that is just such a good news story for Nigeria. The UK is absolutely committed to creating the best conditions possible for that trade to continue to strengthen.
He noted that the introduction of Developing Countries Trading Scheme has further strengthened trade relations between both countries. He also said both countries were exploiting ways to address some barriers and hindrances of trading.
The Developing Countries Trading Scheme, so the DCTS, and that's a global scheme covering all developing countries, I think in the region of 65, but Nigeria particularly benefits from that. And what that does is that allows more and more goods into the UK on either reduced tariffs or no tariffs at all. And for Nigeria, by value, 99% of what Nigeria now exports to the UK in goods and services is tariff-free. 99%. So that means it's cheaper for people in the UK to buy those Nigerian goods, and therefore they're going to be more popular. And that's a great thing for Nigeria to benefit from. But that isn't enough for us. So the other thing we are really keen to do, and we're at the first stages of this, is to have a specific trade partnership between the UK and Nigeria that further addresses some of the barriers to that trade working between the two countries. And we're at very early stages, and obviously there's a new government, so we need to talk to the new ministers. But we have an ambitious program to get this finished at some point, probably early next year, so that the way in which Nigeria and Britain trade together has got a set of new targets, areas that we want to trade more in, areas where we know that there are obstacles and we're going to work together to reduce those obstacles. I think that's an absolutely fantastic opportunity.
Baxter also said that in April 2024, the UK would host the second African Investment Summit, which would serve as a platform for Nigerian companies to meet British investors with a special focus on the Nigerian creative industry.
Nigeria, again, as it was previously, will be a big player, and that's an opportunity for Nigeria to pitch, for Nigerian companies to pitch to British companies for investment or for contracts and imports and exports. And as part of that, and this is something I'm really proud of, really excited by, there will be a special side event there on the Nigerian creatives. So I think in the past, maybe people haven't focused so much on the creative industries as part of an economy, but Nigeria is such a classic place where the creatives are so important, and they produce a lot of money, a lot of wealth, and indeed, I think, an increasing area for the Nigerian economy. And it's brilliant that at the African Investment Summit, we'll have this side event which focuses on Nigeria and focuses on the creatives. And that feels really exciting.